Hey Kipsters, Mr. Piazzi here. I wanted to give you a rundown of what the details of this whole month is going to look like for you, a member of the accelerated group. So in this time I'm going to talk kind of through the things that you have on your paper about who's in this group, what are your goals, and what I expect of you from this time. First, in terms of who is in the accelerated group, this is students who have had an average of proficient or higher on all current content according to our FSAs. So that means on average you have 80% or higher. Probably also means you have a lot of stickers on the sticker chart, although you might have some blanks. In terms of goals, I have two big goals for you during this time. First, I call All Stars. That means you have blackout for all objective assessments at the advanced level. Every single objective you have a star next to, not a smiley face, not a blank. The second goal is that you get advanced on all 4 FSAs leading up to the CST. We're going to have an FSA every Friday reviewing the content that's going to kind of correspond with your work each week. I expect you to get advanced on all of them. In order to do that, I expect the following out of you in terms of output. So these are the things that I'm going to get to see, collect, and give you a grade on for your classwork. The first is all independent practices with a blue ribbon score. This will mean that you should complete at least 2 videos per day, including the objective assessments you need to retake. So if you go to the MathCast website, which you'll familiarize yourself with later, you see this library of videos that correspond to the objective assessments. You're going to go through these in order, and you should be able to submit 1 independent practice, 2 independent practices per day. And when I say blue ribbon, each independent practice will tell you, I'm clicking this one, what you need to get a blue ribbon. So for example, in this one, it's out of 10 questions. This is the very first one you'll take. It says up here, if you score a 9 out of 10 or higher, you're ready to retake objective assessment 1A.1 through 4. If you get the email afterwards saying you got a 9 out of 10 or higher, you've gotten the blue ribbon for that assessment, for that independent practice, which means you've completed your classwork for the day, if you do it for those 2 videos. If you need to, after that you'll retake the assessment to get that star. If you don't, you'll just keep going on to the next video. So that's the first output. 2 videos per day, the independent practices for those videos. Next is something you're going to get in paper, which is your CST release test items packet. You're going to complete this by the end of our 4 weeks review, which means you should finish about 20 questions per week. I believe there's about 80 questions in the packet. Third is you're going to complete additional above and beyond options of your choosing to help push yourself as a math student. So the above and beyond options right now are these. First, become an expert. That should say an expert. To become an expert for a single objective assessment, you're going to do the following things. 1, complete the independent practice. That's something you'll have to do anyway. 2, earn the advanced star sticker, something you'll have to do anyway, so as part of your output. And 3, create an online quiz. So after you create an online quiz for that objective, you share it with me, and then I'll decide if you're ready to be an expert for that objective. This means that anytime a student needs help with a video or an objective, they ask you first, rather than asking me. A great chance to help your teammates while pushing your own understanding. The second above and beyond option is complete your CST release test items packet. Something you'll have in paper, something you can continue to work on, and something I'll ultimately collect once a week. And the third thing is says other. I'm still trying to develop ideas to push you during this time. I have a couple in mind, but if you have any other ideas, please share them with me. Last is what are my expectations for you as a student during this time. In one phrase, I expect you to be a self-starter. That means that there are students in the other 2 groups who really need my support, and I don't consider you someone who really needs my support to be able to go through this program. I need you to be a self-starter who will work to push yourself and your own learning without me having to manage you. I'm going to give you the tools to do this. It is up to you whether you will be truly independent. So that's the expectations and kind of framework for what I expect out of you each week, each day, and also ultimately by the end of this time. I think this is going to be a really great way to make sure that you are in a great place for the CST and a great place for algebra next year.